Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a really important video ahead of us because we're talking about Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. In this video we'll focus on the latest news, on new hidden connections, and above all, on the secrets that are emerging from the official material released so far by Mob Entertainment. Over the past few days, some very interesting details have come out. Images, clues, and small elements that, as always, don't seem to be placed there by chance. And by analyzing this official content, it looks like there may have even been an unintentional spoiler about a possible new character from Chapter 5. A character that could play a crucial role in the story and could completely change the way we interpret the events of this new chapter. During the video, we'll connect everything we know so far. Trailers, promotional images, official descriptions, and details that at first glance might seem insignificant, but could actually hide huge information. We'll take a broader look together, trying to understand what truly awaits us in Chapter 5 and why this chapter could be one of the most important in the entire Poppy Playtime saga. We're now incredibly close to the official release. There's almost 1 month left until February 18, the day Chapter 5 will finally be released. The countdown has begun, and from now until release, we can expect more and more clues, teasers, and maybe new surprises from the developers. That's exactly why this is the perfect moment to pause for a second, put all the pieces together, and try to see the full picture. Before we start though, I ask for your support as always. If you enjoy the video, leave a like because it helps the channel grow a lot and allows me to bring you even more Poppy Playtime content. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you won't miss any news, theories, or analysis about Chapter 5 and the entire Poppy Playtime universe. That being said, I think we can start right away. So, let's go. Now let's talk about a character who may have been indirectly spoiled through the official images released so far. I'm referring to Bron, a character who, despite always being part of the Poppy Playtime universe, has never appeared in the games as a living mascot, at least up until now. And for this very reason, what we are about to analyze could be one of the most interesting clues connected to Chapter 5. We already know from the lore that Bron existed inside Playtime Co. He is not an invented or secondary character. He is an integral part of the story. He was a real toy, a real mascot. However, unlike other iconic characters, Bron has never had a living version shown directly in gameplay. If we look carefully at the official images released recently, references to Bron are starting to become more and more evident. This is not a single coincidence, but multiple appearances spread over time, all sharing one common element. In the Christmas artwork, for example, we can clearly see Yarnaby destroying a Bron toy, a detail that might seem purely aesthetic, but that could actually hide a very precise message. Bron is not simply present. He is damaged, broken, destroyed. And this pattern repeats itself once again in the image published a few days ago, where we can notice a ruined Bron paw, worn out, almost abandoned. Once again, Bron is only partially present, and once again he is shown in a state of deterioration. In both images, in fact, Bron never appears intact, never alive in the classic sense of the word. When a character is shown multiple times in the same condition, with the same type of damage, it is fair to think that the developers are trying to prepare us for something. Perhaps Bron was destroyed by someone else, perhaps he was involved in failed experiments, or he could be a character who never reached his final form, or worse, a form we have not yet seen. The fact that Bron is shown only through remains, damaged toys, or body parts could indicate that his appearance in Chapter 5 will not be what we expect. We can imagine that he might not be a complete mascot. He could be ruined, incomplete, or transformed into something totally different from the original idea of the character. Moreover, it is interesting to notice how Bron is always indirectly connected to other characters, such as Yarnaby. Bron could have been a victim and destroyed by Yarnaby. And the more we analyze these details, the clearer it becomes that Chapter 5 could bring back forgotten characters, hidden failures, and secrets never told before. And Bron could be one of the most important of them all. Okay, now let's dive into a detail that might connect the very title of Chapter 5 to all the clues we've seen so far. As you know, the new chapter will be called Broken Things. Just the title already gives us an important hint about the chapter's theme. Everything we will see is probably related to broken, damaged, or incomplete objects, toys that are no longer whole, and in general, a sort of decay within Playtime Co. If we connect this concept with what we've seen so far, we can make some interesting theories about Bron and his possible role in the chapter. In fact, in the trailer released a few days ago, we can observe the prototype in a laboratory, seemingly doing something much more complex than a simple game or routine scene. In that scene, the prototype seems to be conducting an experiment. This makes us think that the prototype is not just a random antagonist, but someone or something that collects pieces of toys and mascots to create new entities or experiments. This idea is not new if we remember the ending of Chapter 2, where the prototype took a part of Mommy Longlegs. Even then, it was clear that the prototype didn't just move or destroy toys, but reuse them, combining, assembling, or modifying them into something new. This pattern could repeat in Chapter 5, and this is exactly where Bron comes into play. If Chapter 5 is called Broken Things, and the prototype is busy experimenting with broken toys, then it makes sense that among all the damaged pieces collected by the prototype, there could also be pieces of Bron. This perfectly explains why in the official images we have always seen Bron broken, damaged, or incomplete. This is not a random detail. Every piece of Bron that appears in the images could be there to foreshadow his involvement in the prototype's experiments. In other words, Bron could finally appear in Chapter 5, but not as we know him. He won't be a complete mascot or alive in his original form. He could be transformed, reconstructed, or combined with other toys by the prototype to create something completely new and disturbing. The more we think about it, the clearer it becomes that all the material published so far is not random. Every detail of broken Bron, every broken paw, or every small reference serves to prepare us for his appearance in a completely new context, that of an experiment conducted by the prototype, where broken toys become tools for something bigger, darker, and scarier than anything we've seen so far in the Poppy Playtime saga. So, if you've been wondering why Bron always appears damaged in the official images, this theory really makes sense. Everything seems to point to the fact that Chapter 5 will show Bron in a different form, integrated into an experiment by the prototype, perfectly following the theme of broken things. Now we really need to keep our eyes open, because mob entertainment is unpredictable and could release anything at any moment. We can't rule anything out. Images, teasers, artwork, or even small hidden clues that could completely change our theories. Considering that there is almost 1 month left until February 18, the official release date of Chapter 5, we can expect that during this time, the hype will remain high with constant new content. They might release additional images, lore details, or references to characters like Bron and others, and it's not impossible that they will also drop short videos in shorts format with small teasers that preview some scenes or elements of the chapter. Every little detail could be crucial to understand what awaits us, so this is the perfect time to analyze every piece of content carefully. Before closing this video, as always, I want to thank you for being here, for following the channel, and for supporting all the work we do together on Poppy Playtime. That said, thank you again for watching the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single update on Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.